Again?
410,000.
Okay, it's for yan. Meron palang answer si Ronald. It's 410,000 pesos. Now, paano po na-compute yung 410,000? Subtract lang natin, again, the accumulated depreciation year 2 yan from the original cost or original value. Okay po, so subtract lang natin yan. And then, and so on. Dire-diretso yan lahat. Yan. So subtract lang natin from the book value or original cost ng yan. So no subtract. Hanggang sa ma-reach natin yung yan, salvage value. Yan. Meron tayong salvage value. Ayan. Hanggang ma-reach natin tong 50,000 pesos. Ayan. Given yan. A salvage value of 50,000 pesos. Next, Mr. Liam. What's our book value or the amount to be recorded ng accountant or bookkeeper sa kanyang year 3? What's the amount na kailangan i-record ng accountant or bookkeeper sa kanilang year 3 book?
365,000 po.
Okay, so 365,000 pesos. Ayan, okay, next. Sino pa po hindi? Mr. Quinton, yan, si Mr. Quinton. So, year 4, what's our year 4 book value? What's our year 4 book value? So, subtract lang natin. All you have to do is subtract the 180,000, this one, from 500,000 pesos. Subtract lang po the accumulated depreciation ng year 4, which is 180,000 from the 500,000 pesos.
320,000.
Yeah, it's 320,000 pesos. Yes, Miel, correct. It looks like daw na binaliktad yung accumulated value, then nag-a-add ng 5,000. Yes. If you're going to reverse, i-reverse natin, ayan. Ganon din siya. 5,000 ng 5,000 kasi later I'll explain to you. Sige, next, year 5 natin. Year 5. Pero that's correct. Year 5. So let's call Mr. Cedric. Cedric, kindly unmute and open your camera. What's our book value in the year 5? Fifth year. Fifth year ng ating depreciation schedule.
275,000.
Okay, correct. 275,000 pesos. Next, Mr. Sean Delica. So, what's our book value? Sa year 6. Yan, we cannot hear you. Yan po, kindly unmute. So, subtract lang natin yung 270,000, this one, from the book value, 500,000 pesos. Delica. Sean, ayan ako, parang may sira yung audio ni Mr. Sean. Ayan, yan daw. Yung microphone niya. Okay. The microphone is not working properly. Yes, correct, Harold. So you can type na lang, Sean. You can type in sa ating chat box. What's 270 from subtracted from 500,000? Ayan, so it's correct. Harold and Sean, it's 230,000 pesos. Ayan, okay. 230,000 pesos, yung book value or yung kailangan i-record na amount. Okay. Next, Gianna. Gianna, what's our book value?
Hello, Chair.
Yes, ayan, rinig ka na namin. Sige, we'll go back to you. Miss Gianna muna. Miss Gianna, what's our year 7 book value? Gianna, can you hear us? Gianna. Gianna, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Ayan, sige. Let's go to Luis. Hindi pa natawag si Luis. Luis, ano yung ating year 7 book value?
Hello po.
Yes po. Sige, what's our year 7? It's like subtracting lang this one, yung accumulated depreciation din ng year 7. Okay, from 500,000. Magkano na lang po yung ating book value?
185,000.
Okay, correct. It's 185,000 pesos. Next, Miss Sabrina. Sabrina, what's our book value? So all you have to do is to subtract 360,000 pesos from our original cost na 500,000 pesos. Kindly unmute and open po your camera. Okay, what's 360,000 pesos? Subtracted from 500,000 pesos.
Teacher, negative 140,000 po.
No, so positive tayo. It's like, unahin natin yung 500,000 minus 360,000. Again, 500,000 minus 360,000.
140,000.
Okay, correct. Correct. It's 140,000 pesos. Ayan, correct. Thank you. Ms. Sabrina, next, Jairus. What's our 9th year book value? What's our 9th year book value?
95,000.
Okay, 95,000 pesos na lang. And the remaining salvage value ay 50,000 pesos. Tama? Sinubtract lang natin. Okay, subtract lang din yan ng subtract eh. 500,000, subtract mo lang 45,000, subtract mo ulit ng times 2, ayan, and so on and so forth hanggang ma-reach natin yung given na salvage value amounting to 50,000 pesos. Ayan po yung completed chart or yung filled-in chart ng depreciation schedule ng XYZ company. So it all starts with the correct, ito po, dito nag-start yung correct computation. You will only produce a complete and correct depreciation schedule if you encoded or computed this annual depreciation in the first year ng depreciation schedule. Okay? If you encoded this one, everything else follows. Everything else will be correct. Okay? Kapag tama yung computation. So, dapat annual depreciation amount pa lang or the formula as a guide, correct na agad yung inyong amount. Okay? You will not end up getting the correct, ayan, the correct amounts. Ayan, the correct amounts or the correct depreciation if not for this one. Okay po? 45,000. So, ganun din. Tama din yung sinabi ni Miel kanina. So, nagsusubtract lang tayo yon ng nagsusubtract to get the what? Binaliktad lang yung accumulated value. 45,000, 50, subtract ka lang ng 50. This one, 450,000. Ayan, subtract ka lang ng subtract. 45,000. Ayan, to get. So, kunin mo lang to, 500,000, subtract mo yung given na salvage value, 450,000, and then subtract 45, 45, 45. Yan. Ganun lang po siya. Pare-parehas lang siya. Okay. But, yan, it all starts with correct entry ng annual depreciation for the first year. Okay po? Nagets po? How about the others? Nakuha ba yung ating computation, yung completion? Ayan po. Sundan lang yung ating computation dito. Ayan. Ito po, annual computation. So again, it has to be in a step-by-step procedure. Okay? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and pang 5 natin is the depreciation schedule. You cannot go to the 5th unless you computed for the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and the first one computation. Next. Ayan. Wait lang. Okay, correct. Ayan. Thank you, Arkin. So Arkin gave us an initial or the code, yan, code to be remembered so that we can have a yan nga, an initial so that we will know how to compute the depreciation properly. And with the step. Ayan, step by step kasi. Okay. Next. Wants to read? Who wants to read the next problem? Miel, first to raise hand. Yan, Miel, go.
ABC Corporation purchases a machine worth 1,500,000. The freight cost is 100,000 and setup charges is 250,000. The corporation estimates that the machine will have a useful life of 16 years, at the end of which it will have a salvage value of 250,000. Compute the amount of the total cost, total depreciation, annual depreciation rate, and the book value after 8 years. Prepare depreciation schedule for its useful life.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miel. So, ayan. So, let me highlight the important details or the important given sa ating problem for today. So, machine the worth. So, ito po yung original cost, but this is not yet the value to be recorded sa ating book value. Okay, not yet kasi meron tayong freight cost inclusion. We need to add this one. The freight cost, 100,000 pesos. Ayan, mahal siya, freight cost. What is freight cost, class? Freight cost is the accounting term for delivery. Ayan, delivery cost or the transportation cost. Ayan. And then setup charges naman. What are setup charges? Nabubulol daw si Miel. Ayan. So, setup charges naman are for installation. Okay, the other word for setup charges is for installing or installation costs charged to us if you bought a machine or an equipment. Okay. And what else? This one, the useful life, 16 years. 16 years po ang ating computation this time. Salvage value, 250,000 pesos. Ayan. So, from 1,500,000 pesos, magiging value na lang ng machine na to in 16 years ay 250,000 pesos na lang. That's the salvage value. Now, let's compute. For the total depreciation, annual depreciation rate, book value after 8 years, and the depreciation schedule. Miel, what's the formula in finding total depreciation? What's the formula in finding total depreciation? Formula in finding total depreciation. You cannot compute.
Cost minus salvage value.
Total cost minus the salvage. Oh, let's write the trade-in. Parehas lang po yan. Trade-in value or cost. Ayan. Trade-in value or cost. But first things first, since meron tayong additional cost, we need to add this up so that complete yung ating original cost. Now, paano po yun? Computein. So, extend ko lang this one. Ayan. So, this 1,500,000 pesos, we need to add the freight cost na 100,000 pesos. And add din natin yung installation charge or yung setup charges na 250,000 pesos. What's the sum? Miel. What's our total cost to be computed? Na kailangan
150,000.
Again, 1,500,000. Sorry, 1,500,000. Ito po yan. 1,500,000. Add natin yung freight cost natin na 100,000 or the delivery cost.
Sure, 1,850,000.
Okay, correct. The total to be computed as our original cost ay 1,850,000. Now, we will use that 1,850,000 sa ating total depreciation. What's our salvage value, Miel? What's our salvage value? How
Sure,
much?
250,000.
Okay, it's 250,000 pesos. Now, what's our total depreciation then? What's our total depreciation?
Sure, 1,600,000.
Okay, now we have 1,600,000 pesos total depreciation. 1,000,000 highlights. Ayan, 1,000,000. Oh, as you observe, tingnan nyo po, oh. Pag in-observe nyo, magkano lang yung total worth ng machine? 1,500,000. Right? 1,500,000. And yung total depreciation natin is 1,600,000. If you observe, mas malaki po yung total depreciation than the price ng ating machine. Due to, anong reasons? Due to the addition